Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of writing problems for equations and inequalities. This is standard 8.8b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 42 off the 2022 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got a basic equation here, 18x equals 19 plus 12x. Which situation could best be represented by this? Well, let's read each of these problem situations, see what kind of equations pop up. So F, Crystal reads 12 pages per hour. John Doe reads 18 pages per hour. So how many hours? All right, so X is going to be our hours, so 12 pages per hour. So that's 12x. John Doe reaches 18 pages per hour. How many hours would it take for them to read the same number? Okay, so we're looking at an equation rather than an inequality. And I don't see 19 in there at all. So that's not going to be it. Let's check G. Crystal paid a deposit of 19. There we go. So at least we're going to get some 19 in there. 19 plus $18 an hour to rent a dining room. John Doe paid $12 per hour to rent a dining room at a restaurant. How many hours? X. So hours again. So per hour per hour. So I've got a 19 for Crystal plus my 18x to rent a dining room. John Doe paid $12 an hour. How many hours would it take for them to pay the same amount of money? Well, here's the problem. First off, this 19's on the wrong side. Secondly, if that x is the same, they're never going to pay the same amount of money because Crystal's paying more per hour and John Doe's starting behind, so that would never actually work. So let's check H. Crystal installs 12 tiles per hour. John Doe installs 19 tiles per hour. Started with 18 already installed, and X is the hours. Okay, so that maybe could work. I've got X, and I've got X. So Crystal is going to install 12 per hour, so 12X. John Doe is going to do 19 per hour. Oh, look at that. We've got the 19 with the X, but I don't need the 19 with the X. But the idea is kind of right, and started with 18 already installed. So this already installed, this is not per hour, so this is just going to be kind of standing alone right there. So that looks a little bit closer to what we're wanting, right? How many hours would it take for them to install the same number? Once again, take a look at this. You're never going to catch up this 12x to this 19x because the 19x is being multiplied, obviously, by 19 rather than 12, and you've already got an 18 tile head start. So both of these are going to look look at that, they're very similar. They just kind of swap the 18 and the 19. So F, G, and H, neither of them look good. Let us hope that the answer is J. So Crystal can make $18 an hour per tutoring. John Doe can make $12 an hour per tutoring. And John Doe already had $19. How many hours? All right, so our hours, once again, is going to be our X. So we can put an X right there. So Crystal is 18X. John Doe is 12X, so $12 an hour. But John Doe, see, once again, we got to keep track of that. John Doe, so that's the second person, already has $19, so we've got to take that starting point of 19. See, now this equation, obviously it's kind of flipped from what we have up here, but you know what, that's fine. We can easily use the commutative property of addition and switch that. That's fine, the order doesn't matter. But it's going to work because this has got a larger multiplier, that's got a smaller multiplier, but we've got a head start of 19. So our answer here is going to be J.